Hello, friends. I'm going to go down the line. I've got one new one I want to go over today, which is United Healthcare. They've got an earnings call coming up. Actually, let's do that first before I show you how I was wrong about Enphase. Now, I've been watching United Healthcare for quite a while now. I've got a friend that works there. And this was when we moved to Boca in 2023, I believe, summer. So since these days, we got a buddy that works there, and he was like, "This stock, it's still a good buy. It's still a good buy." We watched. He was holding. It shot up, and I was like, "Oh my god, this thing's gonna, it's gonna be like $1,000 a share or something." And then you guys know what happened, and it just went into free fall, and it got down to about 250 or something. I was like, God, should I buy here? And it's like catching a falling knife, so I didn't. And then it came back up, and then when it dipped down again, I was like, I think maybe it made it here. It got to about 278. And I said, to hell with it. I bought some. And then it went down a little bit. And obviously, it's worked out pretty well so far. But to me, we always talk about this, guys, down, across. This thing's put in a bear flag. And if it were to go, let's see what I did here. If it were to go, so top to bottom, as a 20% drop, if you just take that, sometimes, this doesn't always happen, okay? So sometimes this is what's called a measured move. When it moves down and then it goes across in sideways if y'all are looking at it, sideways consolidation like that, maybe I don't need to flip it for you. And then it goes down again. Sometimes, rule of thumb, educated guess that can be that it will, when it drops again, it might do the same increment. So that's what I've got plotted here. There's also a gap fill. If you drag this is from here, if you drag this across, left a pretty big gap at 273.85. I want to buy at 275. That's what I'm looking for. I know Warren Buffett's in United Healthcare, and it hasn't really looked back since then. It did this whole thing when you heard Papa Buffett was sliding his chips into the United Healthcare table. And then it's come down a little bit, moving across. I think it's going to dip back down and watch. I bet you if it hits 275, I'm going to get in, and I would not be shocked if you see another article in the news about Warren Buffett or somebody else, David Tepper or somebody else buying some more. So that's what I'm looking for on United Healthcare. Funnily enough, they beat on earnings. Their last earnings call was October 28th, 25, and that's when it started putting in these huge red candles. That's when you got your 20-ish% drop there. Yeah. So, and this was a bad earnings call, you know? So, I mean, who cares what happens in this? Is this earnings call? It's so bad. You would think that the bar would be low, and anything they say, they'd be like, oh, all right, it can just drift upward. But maybe this earnings call just be kind of another nail in the coffin. And, this thing gets down to my buy level and I take it and run, hopefully, and then hopefully it goes up from there. So we never know. We have to see how these things play out, but it will be interesting over the next couple of days because earnings call, is on Tuesday, January 27th. So we talked about Enphase earlier. And Enphase has a commercial inverter now, which we're excited about in my job in the solar industry. And maybe that's why they've been catching a bid lately. We just got the email about it a couple days ago, but people front run all this kind of stuff. So, and when I hear bullish news, I never think too hard about it because if you guys follow crypto, it's like, Ethereum and Solana partner with Visa, and they're going to be doing cross-border. There will be some big deal or something that sounds great. Every time something awesome happens, you're like, "Oh, I should buy something." The price drops 10% the next day. So I'm like, I'm numb. I've been beaten down enough now. I don't even flinch anymore. So anyway, Enphase put in. I thought it might pull back here. I was dead wrong. It put in a 13% candle, but hey. Maybe it'll come back. Honestly, if it gets down Enphase, if Enphase gets to $25, I'm a buyer there. But for now, I'm wrong. Good news is I didn't lose any money because it's not like I bought it and it went down. I just didn't buy it and it went up. So I'm totally fine being out of a trade. No skin off my back. WeRide is the next one on the list. Moving right along. It was $8.81 a few days ago when I ditched it, and it kind of put in a little bottoming thingy. And now it's 882. So I lost 1 whole cent of value by not being in that, not losing any sleep over that. Next one on the list is, you know what? Let's come back to Ethereum. TYGO was at 305 last time we looked. Let's see how it's doing. Yikes! It made it all the way up to 387, but it put in, now this candle, let me delete that. This candle right here, it's what we call a doji, or an indecision candle. Let me get a nice drink of life-giving water. And so this means when you see one of these, it could go up or it could go down. It doesn't really know. And after a move like this, and then you see one of these, I take it as a quasi-bullish signal. Then you kind of got a little nothing burger candle here. And then we have what's called, this is a textbook topping tail right here. And this tells me, just deleted that Fibonacci, but we pulled the fib here from the bottom to the top, right? And I still think this upward sloping trend line right here is on a crash course with the 618 Fibonacci level there, wherever that was. So, I mean, around May 1st, you could see TYGO just kind of do one of these and just chop back down and eventually hit that line. And that brings us to Circle, which last time we checked it was 71.35. And that video is so recent, it probably hasn't changed a lot. 71.33, 2 cents. So that looks like we did it during market open and then market closed, and there hasn't been a heck of a lot of activity. Last one on the list, Ethereum USD. Oh, this one's been fun. I actually bought, check this out. I actually bought this bad boy. So Rex is a issuer that I am really warming up to. And if my face disappears, then, that's just the nature of the beast at this point. So Rex does a lot of cool crypto related ETFs. They have an Ethereum staking ETF where you get sort of a dividend type deal. I'm not going to go all the way into that right now. A Solana staking ETF. I'm sure they're working on more once we have, a greater breadth of regulatory clarity. And so this is one I like. Short term, if you think ETH is going to tank, I actually picked up like 10 shares of this at 350. It might have, I didn't make it as the market closed. I think I picked up 10 shares of this after market at like 403 on Friday afternoon. So this little dip we've gotten on Ethereum is good for me. So that went down 5%, which means this went up 10%. But then we got the blue candle. So right now we've only got a net gain of that 5-6%. It's not a perfect double. It's not going to be 6.32. But I really got to get off here, guys. I don't want to hit 10 minutes. I will be looking for Ethereum to take more punishment when the market opens on Monday, which is in 8 hours and 50 minutes. Yes, 9:30 a.m. I can math. I'm so tired. So with that, I'm going to head off to bed. These parallel channels, Ethereum broke out of the high one. Let's see. This is lined up with the top of that wick. So we're just going to bring it here. And as you can see, it's broken down out of this upward sloping parallel channel. And now it's broken down. We needed to confirm to see like a real bearish sentiment here. But it has begun it's shown the signs and the symptoms of having broken down out of this downward sloping parallel channel as well. It's on its way to, I'd call this a support. Let's go ahead and call the 618 a support. So we could start here and just kind of take one across. That's your next level to keep an eye out for. This, where all the bottoms of these candles line up. Yeah, right here. This is sort of really more of a range. So I'll take this. God, I could just do this for hours. Why? What's wrong with me? So, yeah, like here, you just do that. And then it's going to go into this range. If it breaks here, you're basically on your way to the 786 Fibonacci. This is your next support level. Then we're at 2150, just like I said in the other video a few days ago. But guys, if you got value from this, like and subscribe. I will be bringing you more market updates probably every day because I actually enjoy doing this, and I want to bring you along with me and show you what I see, and let's all have fun together. Good night.